Welcome to the Ronda Conger show. It's a thing. You have to know that I'm so glad you're here. Grab a pen and paper. I'm here to fill your tank. Let's go. Welcome. It's episode 8. We're winding down. We're closing out the year. We're getting ready. First things first, so glad you're here, because I am. Whoop, whoop. So excited. So, at the end of each year, I do this thing called year-end planning. And I want you to think of it a little bit different in the sense that this is kind of like a really light, easy, simple year-end planning that I think you should do with everyone you know. Right?
Right.
Everyone you know.
Everyone you know.
So, your family, your friends, your teams, your companies. But to me, it's a really easy, fun, light way to kind of tackle this whole year-end planning thing. And I think some people think it has to be really hard and really big and really complicated. And oh, hell no. We're not doing any of that today. So I want to make it so easy that you'll get excited about it, that you'll actually do it, and that you'll do it with your tribe, your group as well. I have this saying that I always want to bring my family with me on this journey and everything that I do. I want to bring my friends, I want to bring my tribe, all those things, my teammates, and I think it's really, really important. So there is this planning sheet. It's this little easy peasy 3-page. Tara's going to tell us. 4 pages. That's a cover sheet. It's a cover sheet. It doesn't count. I'm trying not to scare them here. It's 3 pages. Just calm down. Where can they find it?
You can find it at 2019.rondaconger.com. So that's 2019.rondaconger.com.
So there's a couple steps to this. So one of them is that we have to say thank you for all the lessons that we learned in 2018 and kind of the fun and amazing things that we did in 2018. And then we have to get ready for 2019. So I'm going to cheat. There is a better thinking quote that I just found that I can't even stand myself, that I'm actually going to put with my planning sheets. And it says this. It says 2019 in big bold letters, picture it with me, and then ... And then underneath it says, I'm coming for everything. Right? That's exactly how I feel about 2019. I'm coming for everything. How about you? So in order to come for everything and get ready, we have to plan for it. So the first sheet, I'm going to kind of walk you through it really quick. So I want you to look back in 2018, and I want you to go through all of your best times, all of your memories. We have to kind of say thank you for those. I have no doubt there were some amazing things that happened to you in 2018. Man, I was incredibly blessed. It was a crazy year. It was just nutso. I think one of my favorite memories, it was on my vision board, so it speaks to my heart, and it just kind of gives proof that vision boarding works along with obviously actions and all those other good things, was Idaho Business Review Woman of the Year Award. Mind blown, couldn't believe it, but I'm definitely going to be celebrating that lovely little memory. Same thing with accomplishments. You want to list down all the things that you accomplished and did this year personally, your career, your life, your kids, your family, all those things. How about what goals that you hit? Hopefully you've set some goals. Here's how I look at goals. One of my favorite topics and slides and things that I talk about is you've got to decide in life whether you are a pilot or a passenger. Number one question, are you a pilot or a passenger? I'm assuming if you're listening to this podcast, if you've downloaded the planning sheets, that you are a pilot. That you want to guide your life, you want to direct your life, you want to help decide where you're going and how you're going to get there. So are you a pilot or a passenger?
What do you mean by passenger?
So passenger, in my opinion, is someone who just sits back day to day, does nothing, hopes that life goes well for them, doesn't plan anything, doesn't work on anything, doesn't have any set goals or things that they're striving for. They literally get up, get on their day, do their day, probably play Fortnite. Had to throw that in there. If I'm not picking on Fortnite, I'm picking on Games of Thrones. Just make one up. I don't know which one. And so you're obviously not doing anything to better yourself, to guide your life, to direct your life, and to make sure that you're getting the absolute most out of life. So passenger, pilot. Did that help?
Thank you.
That help?
Love it.
When we're reviewing 2018, I also want to know what your challenges were. I got to write those down because I really don't want to do them again. Sometimes I do them again, by the way. Sometimes I feel like it's Groundhog's Day. I do the same damn mistake or issue over and over and over again. Like, ah! So that means I got to read, I got to keep studying, I got to keep growing, I got to keep pushing. So what were your challenges? And then I always love to know, 2018, I want you to think about this. What is the one word that describes 2018 for you? Oh, boy. It's funny that I'm doing this podcast today because tonight, usually the Congers, we like our rap name C4. I don't know if your family has a rap name. We have a rap name, C4. So normally we do our goal planning on New Year's Eve, but one of my sons is going to be gone because, it's the life he lives. He's going to be gone. So we have to do our goal planning tonight. So I think it's only fitting that we're doing this today because you're kind of getting me in the mode. Because I can't decide what my one word is going to be to describe 2018.
I'm dying to hear.
I know, me
I'm
too.
on the edge of my seat.
Me too. Me too. Any suggestions, ladies? Cece's got to have one. So we'll come up with one. We'll come back to that. We'll throw that challenge down.
How do you come up with your one word? Do you just make a list of a bunch of words? How do you go through that process?
I think I'm laughing a little bit. Here's what I think what happens when you're looking actually at the sheet that I have and you look at what's going to happen is if you look at this one sheet that we just went through and you write down all your memories, your best times, you walk through your accomplishments, what goals you hit and what your challenge is, and then all of a sudden it becomes very clear on what your word was or is, right? For 2018. So can I do that? And then we'll come back to it. Maybe we'll do another post on what my word for 2018 was.
We're in.
I know, I can't decide. There's so many, great stuff. Interesting stuff. I think 2017, that was my word tired or like,
yes.
Woo! Doggy. Woo! We did a lot in not that we did a lot in 2018, but 2017 about took the ship. Okay, so let me go to the next thing. Okay, so you're still in 2018 review mode. And this one, the question that's going to be asked is, what happened this year that you'll remember the rest of your life? Woo! See, I think it's Gary V, that boyfriend of mine, Gary Vaynerchuk. That guy throws down. Love him so much.
He's a good time.
I'm trying to think. He says one of the, sorry to have a little sip there. He says one of the keys to success is being self-aware. So part of this whole exercise is being self-aware and kind of goes back to that whole pilot and passenger. Passenger could care less. They're just doing what they're doing. They're not checking themselves. They're not setting goals. They're not bettering themselves. They're just hoping to hell this whole thing goes right for them in a wish or a hope or a prayer. Where on the other side of that, the pilot is very self-aware of where they're going, how they're going to get there, what the roadmap looks like. So you have to be able to stop for a second and say, what happened this year that you'll remember the rest of your life, either good or bad. If it's good, let's do it again. If it's bad, let's not do that again. And then how about this? The next one would be, what was your favorite thing you did this year? I love that because what if there was something amazing that you did and that you want to keep doing? So think about that. What was your favorite thing you did this year? What were the 3 most important things you learned this year? Again, being self-aware and growing and changing and adjusting is how this whole thing's supposed to go, in my opinion. And then, what do you want to stop doing in 2019? Oh, doggy. What do you want to stop doing in 2019? I think we focus on all the things that we want to do and all the new habits and the new changes. And I really would love for you to put together on a piece of paper. I just did this the other day, by the way. I'll give an example. So I'm horrible at eating breakfast. This is just a random one, but I literally have this year in review checklist, kind of checks and balance thing going right now in one of my notebooks. And what it says is I've got a piece of paper lined down the middle, and on the left-hand side it says, these are all the things I'm going to stop doing, and then these are all the things I'm going to start doing. And for example, I can't have 5 cups of coffee for breakfast. It's just really...
Why not?
I can't, but still want to, but can't. And so I literally just put down on the right-hand side of the column, eat oatmeal. Like, I sound like I'm 90, but I'm going to do it. But again, what things are you going to stop doing and what things are you going to start doing? Same thing for me. I could put down on the health side as well, like working out, like stop, getting up at the break of the dawn and going into work, get up at the break of dawn, still do that, but maybe work out beforehand. Like little things like that. So I do think, what are you going to stop? And then what are you going to start? But the stop is just as important as the start. Just as important in the start, in my opinion. So we reviewed 2018. You've done that. You've looked at everything. You've got your list ready. And now what you need to do is decide, okay, what do I want 2019? And remember, this is just a really high level look, in my opinion. Because what needs to happen is I think you should just quickly, what we normally do when we do this as a family, we quickly write down the 10 things, just the 10 things that come to our mind as quick as possible. And we write down the 10 goals for the year. 10 things that if you, December 31st of 2019, you got to the end of it, you said, man, it would be amazing if I could accomplish, do, or have these things. And there's a couple different categories I'll help you out with. So you want to look at your personal life, whether that's your health, your fitness, whatever it is. You want to look at your financial life. If it's an academic, if it's getting, not only school, but myself personally, all the things that I want to get better at, what courses I want to take, what conferences I want to attend, career, spiritual, fun, travel. I literally, we normally start planning our year right about now. We take the whole calendar out and we start looking at where we want to go and during the different months, times, that type of things. I think if you don't, the year's going to fly by. You're not going to have traveled anywhere. You're not going to have accomplished anything. You're not going to have grown. You're not going to have saved any money. So if you don't set these goals, again, you're going to wonder why this year stayed the same. And usually I say that you don't normally stay the same. You normally digress. You normally go the opposite way. So in my opinion, when you look at and you do goals in this really easy, quick fashion, you're basically setting yourself up for success. Because after you do your quick 10, I would tell you to walk away from them. Just do your 10 and walk away for a day or two. Just walk away. Think about them. How do you feel about them? Are you excited about them? Is this what you want? If those are the 10 that you're going for, then what I want you to do, the next step would be, is for you to write down the actions, like 1 or 2 actions underneath each one that needs to happen in order for you to hit it this year. And there's a couple other things I would say after that fact as well. The next thing I would say is I'm a visual girl. So everything in my life, if you've ever seen my office, and I'm in it right now, there's just words and pictures, and I have to have things around me to remind me of where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I want to live my life. I also firmly believe that you should take your 10 items and that you should make them into a vision board. You heard me speak earlier about my vision board. I keep my vision board everywhere with me. It's in my Bible, I call it my Bible, but it's actually my binder. It's in here somewhere. It's somewhere in my office. Hold on, I'm going to find it.
I got it.
So I keep my vision board with me. So I have it at home on my mirror when I get ready. I have it actually on my nightstand by my bed, and I have it in my, hopefully I didn't take it out for our thing I did the other day. I just talked about our vision boards. I took it out. Sorry, peeps. Darn it. I took it out to show a group of people, and I didn't put it back. That's what I get. So you
Describe it.
So basically on my vision board, I literally have my 10 goals that I'm working on. So there's like a picture of a really fit person because that's what I dream about at night. Last year I wanted a she shed. So there was a picture of my she shed, which in turn I got my she shed. It's just as amazing as the picture. In the right-hand corner, it said Woman of the Year. Again, I won Woman of the Year this year. There's my marriage. There's a picture of a husband and wife making out. It was awesome. Anybody uncomfortable with that?
Shout out to Sweet Jimmy.
Shout out to Sweet Jimmy. And then I wanted us to have an amazing marriage, which we do. God bless. I think something in there, I had said something about being the best mom ever. I work really, really hard on that. So I took my 10 goals. I brought them to life in pictures. I keep them in front of me, front and center at all times. I liken this, which, is funny, we're talking about pilot and passenger. I liken your 10 goals and your vision board to this, is that when your pilot gets on the plane to take you wherever, whether you're on Southwest, Delta, American, wherever you're going, when they get on the plane, They have a clear destination. They know exactly where they're going. To me, that's the goal, right? That's the end goal. And then they have this kind of map and route in front of them. And that's what those 10 items are, and those action items below it. That's what that is. That's saying the route and the actions and the things that you have to do, and you know where you're going. If that pilot got on the plane and didn't have an end destination, didn't have a map, didn't have a route, God knows where you would end up. God knows where you would end up. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get that in your head, that you have to know where you're going. You have to know how to put small actions towards that and check yourself all year long to make sure that you get where you want to go, that you hit these goals. I think if you've heard me speak in the past, you'll hear me say that there's really not that much in my life that I'm surprised by, because I've planned it so, because I've set it as a goal. I've set it as an action, as a habit, or whatever I'm doing. I've put it on my calendar, and I've made it so. And that's really what this whole goal planning thing is about. I want you to plan an amazing life. I want you to have it all. That isn't just for some of us. It isn't just that some people have a great life and some people have this, an amazing career, an amazing marriage, and and whatever. I firmly believe it's available and it's out there for all of us. It's just that some of us are choosing to go get it. Some of us are choosing to actually work on it. Actually put time and energy. So here's what I ask. I hope that you'll go to our download page. Tara, one more time.
2019.rondaconger.com. Get it.
That one. I hope you go to that one. I hope that you download it. I hope that you do it first and foremost. You then, if you have a family, that you bring them with you, that you print it out, you give it to all of them. You then go to your tribe, your teams, your family, your friends, and you do the same thing. Bring them with you. We're on the hunt for better. Not perfect. Not perfect. Can I just do a quick disclaimer? I hope that you realize this, is that I don't nail everything on my goal list. I don't nail everything on my vision board. I am so far from perfect. I did not write perfect human. I wrote better human. I'm a full-time job. I have a lot to do, and sometimes there are things that are on my goal sheet and on my vision board that happen over and over and over again. For example, there's a girl on my vision board with a goddamn six-pack. It's not there yet, folks. This just in. I dream about it. I want it. Obviously, I don't want it that much because I'm not doing that much work towards it, but I love the idea of it, and I'm on the hunt for it. When that happens, you'll be the first to know. Don't you worry. I'll be doing this podcast in a bikini for that.
Yeah, show up to work in a swimsuit.
Hey girl, hey. So I want you to know that I fail, that I struggle, that I work really hard, that at times I have to adjust my goal, I have to fix my goal, I have to change my goal. That's part of being human. That's completely okay. I just always want to know that I'm in the hunt. I always want to know that I'm planning and I'm trying and I'm striving and I'm working. Right? I'm ready to go the distance. That's a Cake song, by the way. I don't know if you saw that I was doing some lyrics there.
She's going the
distance. Right? Sorry. You know what song? Come on, what song is that? It's by Cake.
Yeah, it's called The Distance.
Is it The Distance?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Some of you hopefully are with me because that was amazing. I was quoting some lyrics there for you. It's very, very true though. I want you to be on the hunt for better. I want you to be on the hunt for an amazing life. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I know that you can have it and that you can get everything. Unload your potential, unload your gifts, share, give, do. I'm so excited. So plan the life that you dream of. I know you can do it. Wishing you only the best. Get out there. So do you want more? Do you want more? Do you want to keep getting better? Do you want to grow? Do you want to change? Do you want to have the life that you dream and imagine? Okay, here's what I want to make sure that I offer up to you. Head on over to rondaconger.com. Don't you dare put an H in that name. Don't you dare. RONDACONGER.com. And I hope that you'll dive into my 3 books. The first book I wrote was Better Human, It's a Full-Time Job, because I'm far from done. I'm a full-time job, and I want to be better. So that was my first book. The second one is Better Thinking. Think better, be better. And that one's really just a fun kind of push you, my 50 quotes. There's a great story behind it. I hope that you read it. I hope that you share it with others. And then the third one that I just wrote is You Go First. Become the leader your team needs. We need you. I love that you're listening. I love that you want to grow. I hope that you go out there and get more. Thanks so much. Wishing you the best day. Let's go.